When you have a $200 million video game developed by a team of over 300 professionals at a AAA studio, and 2 million people are collectively saying, nah, I'm playing this instead.
Oh, yeah, boy.
You just know there's something good going on. But why would people be playing this Minecraft knockoff Battlefield over the real thing? Is it really possible that Electronic Arts, multi-billion-dollar publisher of games such as Star Wars Battlefront 2, Army of Two, Dead Space 3, Dungeon Keeper, Command & Conquer 4, Tiberium Twilight, Spore, Shaq Fu, Battlefield Cops and Robbers, Anthem, Dragon Age, Medal of Honor, Plants vs. Zombies 2, Peggle 2, SimCity 2013, Mass Effect Andromeda, and Battlefield 5 really somehow fumbled a franchise as large and well-loved as Battlefield? Or is BattleBit really just that good of a game? The answer is yes. BattleBit Remastered was originally going to be a hyper-realistic military simulation game for hardcore enthusiasts, which, okay, thankfully. The developers eventually realized, no wait, that's fucking stupid, and decided to make the game actually fun instead. But that original attention to detail provided to the game's gunplay remains largely intact here. So we're talking gunplay on par or even better than most AAA titles, and that's not all. We got 127 versus 127 player servers, environments where you can not only destroy almost every building, but erect makeshift structures yourself, a progression system with guns, gadgets, and attachments you actually want to use instead of a battle pass where you have to play 80 hours to get a fucking lunchbox strapped to your chest. Microsoft, what the fuck is this? Why is this the final item on the battle pass? And what makes BattleBlox Recrafted great is that even though they didn't have the budget to actually give my guy fingers, it is still the only game out of all these major titles focusing on what's actually important, the game itself. So many shooters are coming out broken nowadays, half finished, barely any content, promising more content to come, trying to sell me a battle pass, and then as soon as everyone buys the battle pass, they come out and they're like, thank you so much for the overwhelming love and support for our game. We will now be canceling all future content that was to come, but please get excited for the legendary Shin Guard accessory coming soon, only $24.95 for a limited time. Not BattleMine though. It launched with 19 maps for $15. Compare that to Halo Infinite, which launched with 10, and Battlefield 2042, which launched with fucking 7. Now some people might say it's not fair to compare a map like this to one that's more graphically detailed like those of the AAA games. But frankly, if I cared about seeing beautiful landscapes, I wouldn't spend all my time making YouTube gaming videos. I would probably spend it hiking or something instead. Well, this is great. They should really make a battle pass for this. Now I'm here to play games, and that's what BattleMine is exclusively focused on. That core gameplay that makes a game good. We're not messing around with specialists like Battlefield did trying to make a worse Overwatch. Robit kept it simple with the classic classes like Battlefield 3 and 4. We have the Assault class, who gets extra grenades and faster reload time for people who like to really get in there and fight. And for the people who really like to get in there and fight, there's a Suicide Vest.
What the fuck?
We got the Medic, who specializes in sticking your friend's brain back in after it gets blown out of their skull, giving their boo-boos little kisses and sending them on their way, only to get headshot again 7 seconds later. Probably the most powerful class, as it can keep a squad alive way longer than it should be able to. The Engineer, the only class that can repair vehicles. But I've literally never seen anyone do that, because if you take the repair tool, that means you can't take the fun tool, the rocket launcher. I mean, you could take both by taking the repair tool as your secondary gadget, but then you can't take the Suicide Vest, baby! The support class is an option available to the player. Hey, does anybody need some extra bullets? Oh, no, it seems like you got plenty. And then, oh my god, there's the Recon class. These guys get the real cool shit. First off, they get the sniper rifles, for all those people who wish they were playing a point-and-click adventure instead of a real video game. But then shit gets real with the gadgets. First, you got the grappling hook, which gives you and your team a way to scale up walls. And then the big one, the best gadget in the game, the Recon Droid. You can use this to fly around in the sky and spot enemies for your team if you're a boring idiot, that is. Here's what you really need to do with this thing. Slap a couple of mines on top of this bad boy and then you got a guided missile on your hands, baby. Yeah! Always a great way to catch enemies off guard. Uh-oh, they're doing it again.
Oh, that drone got so many of us.
There's also the squad leader class, but my friends don't let me ever play squad lead, so I don't know what this one does. Mineblox Reloaded is also the only game I've ever seen that lets you just drag down teammates around. Don't stop dragging him away. God damn it. Yeah, now we're all dead, Adam. You can even grab downed enemies and drag them back to your team so they can't be revived. And while those enemies are down on the ground, you can listen to them scream and beg for their lives. Because this game does that Call of Duty thing where your mic turns on when you die and everyone nearby can hear what you have to say. In my 36 hours of gameplay so far, I've probably been called a racial slur like 13 or 14 times. So compared to other games, it's actually one of the more polite communities.